Oh, hey guys. This is a quick look into the future. This is Reef Bros 40 years from now. We're back, baby! Reef Bros! We're here for a 13-month update. There's been some issues with the tank, especially with the Urchin. He's been a real pain lately, stealing everything. So now we're going to take a quick look, see what's going on with the tank.
So if you remember last time we were talking about why we added Benny in to start eating the hair algae, and that's because, again, the Urchin, it's not being a lawnmower, it's being a bulldozer. It's still just non-stop pushing over the coral frags, ripping them up, carrying them around. They're like, I want this one. And then it extended from that to all of a sudden now he wants the feather duster. This is like the third time he's gone over, pulled out the feather duster. So it's time to start doing a bit of a drastic change to get him away from the feather duster. The two choices we really had here were we either banish the Urchin to the sump, but he's kind of fun to look at, especially with a little hat, or we could try a new place for the feather duster. So what I did here was I found a new place for it. And not only did I secure it down with a new rock, but I figured, hey, let's give the GSP a new home. It ended up being a win-win situation because the GSP was tucked in the corner behind the green donger and it wasn't liking it back there. I don't know if it wasn't getting enough light because the green donger was getting too big, but I slid it out, gave it its own little rock, nice right in the front for it to get more flow and hopefully grow a little faster. And then now it also just holds down the feather duster and lets it show it off right in the front. And you can see my small little experiment there. When I moved the GSP, it was a little unhappy because of being all flipped and weird. Some of the polyps actually slid to the bottom. So I was like, you know what? Let's try to save them. So I took them off and put them on this little rock there and we'll see. There's only like 2 of them, but will they grow? We'll find out. Let's check up on some of the other tank mates in here. Let's see how they've been doing, because they've been in here for a while. So like our Nacerius snail, we still have a couple of them swimming around in there, or should I say snailing around. Here he goes, just casually strolling around, doing his thing, looking for extra food that's left over that he can go and find. One of the craziest things happened, but unfortunately I didn't catch it on camera. Benny walked over and grabbed him by the tip of his shell and just kind of tossed him in front of the glass. I was like, what are you doing? I got my camera on just a second too late because here he is just sitting up against the glass, and then, they're champs, so he just rolls over and starts going on his way looking for more food again. And Chad, living his best life, still getting used to that big new shell from one of the original turbo snails we had, but he's still getting a little bigger, he's growing, wandering around, he's constantly looking for new things to climb on, like, what's this? He just sees the snail and is like, all right, I'm gonna be king of the conch. Call me Chad, the conch king. And how's Tony doing? Oh, thank you for asking. He's doing great. Might be eating a little too much. You can see he looks a little puffy there, but he's still cruising around, happy and healthy, finding new spots to go and swim in. Like, look, whoop, where'd he go? The rest of the fish have been doing pretty well. You can see Jimmy's still just loving being on camera, but Snookie's been getting more liking to it. She sometimes just dives in when I'm filming, pulling what Jimmy used to do. So it's interesting to see them develop more personality as they age. Last but not least, let's take a look at the coral. They've all been doing really well lately. The Duncan here is just constantly having new heads pop off. You can see the one new one there. There's even a tinier one behind it. The zoas have been growing really well too. You can see the Rasta back there's a bunch of little ones, and up there's Snookies, he told you. There's a bunch of them spreading out. Even one of the old ones that we had from a while ago is starting to come back. That guy we had in the back and it was looking completely dead, so we tried dipping it, putting it in the front with more flow, and it's opening up a little bit, so fingers crossed it might not be out for the count yet. The bubble coral's been doing really well. It's been filling up real nicely, but we still have some of that hair algae growing on it. Hopefully Benny will stop being lazy and start getting to it. We keep finding him just chilling on the rocks, not actually eating the hair algae, but he's still fairly new to the tank, so as he gets more used to it, we're really hoping he's going to finally start cleaning up the place. And our Superman Monty, it finally touched down. It's off the little rock frag that we bought it on, and look at that, it's finally starting to encrust some of the rock we have and started with. It's very exciting to see it start kind of spreading out more and more, and of course, You got Consuela, the star she is, hogging the camera. And last but not least, look at the torches there. We got the baby in the back still flowing away. It's been having pretty good extension for its size lately. And the Nyx is just sitting there chilling in all its glory. Looks like it might be getting ready to split soon. You can see it's been puffing out a lot from the middle. Overall, the tank is really starting to come together. Can't wait to see what's next. Who knows what it'll be.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I need money for fish.